Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan DeHall, the founder for mpighome.com. And you all can check it online as well from my website. So our MPIG Home is a Malaysia property investment group, actually started in 2015. It have been for about 6 years already. And we have been helping a lot of persons on getting their dream homes and also investment. So today, we actually very honorable to get someone very experienced on sharing us a very valuable topic, which is on should we opt into moratorium. Okay, so she's Jessica Jong. So those who know her, you know that she's very, very good in her industry, and she's very, very experienced, and she will help you to reduce the interest for your loan. So Jessica Jong is actually a mortgage specialist who are actually in her market for more than 6 years. So let me, no further ado, let me introduce her to add her into the stream. Hi, Jessica.
Yes, hello. Hi.
Hi, Jessica. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes,
Hi, Jessica. This is Jessica Jong. Okay, she's a
Hi.
mortgage specialist. Jessica, can you tell me us maybe a bit more about your background first? On what do you do and what do you help people in this industry?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Jessica. I'm a mortgage specialist and also a passionate property investor. I provide mortgage advisory and solutions to home loan borrowers to pay off their mortgage fast. And using the same mortgage management strategy, I managed to pay off my first mortgage in 3.5 years and second mortgage in just 3 years. All right, that's about me.
Okay. Maybe can you tell us about where your company as a history?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My company was established back in year 2006, and up to now we have helped more than thousands of people with their home loans. All right, so they managed to get rid of their mortgage lah. Right, so
Wow,
they're free
wonderful.
right now.
That's very wonderful. This is something that we all really want, right? For
Yeah.
all the investors and also homeowners. Because what is the effect of the moratorium, and how did the bank calculate the interest during the moratorium? Can you share us about it? What is the effect of the moratorium, and how did the bank calculate the interest during the moratorium? And sorry, this is the questions actually that we get in her Facebook post, her very famous Facebook post out about this moratorium calculations. So we have a lot of questions from the crowd. So that's why we having these sessions to arrange to answer one by one. Okay. So Jessica, pass to you.
Okay, thank you, John. Thanks for your question. Okay, before I start, right, let me just share the screen. Yes. Okay. Before I start presenting on the calculation, right, so let me just show everyone, okay, how bank actually, how this 6 months moratorium payment works. All right, so this is the information that I can gather from CIMB. So as you can see over here, right, so this is the model that CIMB use. All right, so I will use this to explain. All right, so here, if we look at this mortgage, right, prior moratorium, the pre-moratorium period, right, this is referring to last year. Last year, January to March 2020, we are still paying the money installment as per usual. All right, so what happened next is that on 1st April up to 30th of September, banks have actually offered the 6-month moratorium. And then you can see over here how this actually affects on your mortgage. All right, so here you can see that, yes, there is no installment to be paid during that 6 months. However, there is accrued profit or interest charges during this 6 months period. Now, a lot of people, they thought that, hey, moratorium period, this is what I gather from the people that I met with them. Okay, so they mentioned to me that I thought during moratorium period, bank will not charge us on interest. Okay, so one thing that people have to understand is that this interest, right, bank, they will still charge, okay, on daily basis. So the bank charge of the interest, right, it is very different from the interest on interest. Okay, if let's say you are referring to the compounding interest, right, some of the bank, they do not charge on the compounding interest. So interest, okay, bank profit or interest is not the same as your compounding interest. It's not the same. All right, some banks, they do offer, they do charge compounding interest, but for CIMB, all right, they have waived the compounding interest. All right, now we move to October to December, which means at the 30th of September, right, when moratorium ends, okay, when moratorium ends, the borrower, the home loan borrowers, we have to continue on our monthly installment. So this is the scenario, as you can see over here. And payment, whatever monthly payments that we use, okay, it will, whatever monthly payment that we pay to the bank, right, it will be used to knock off the accrued interest or profit first. All right, so this is how, when you look at your statement, right, you will somehow you will notice that, hey, how come when bank charge on the when after moratorium end, when I continue make my payment, right, how come the outstanding balance seems like not reducing that much? Okay, so because bank are using your money repayment, okay, using our money repayment to pay for the accrued interest first, the one that during moratorium, which we have not paid, okay, we will use our money payment to pay for that first. Okay, now after that, it will after you have settled all the whatever accrued interest, then the monthly installment, it will be continued. So this is the model that CIMB are using. Okay, this is for mortgage. And other banks, they probably have a different model. Okay, but for this sample, I'm using CIMB just to illustrate that. Okay, and some people also ask, okay, what about on car loan? Okay, auto financing. Just very quickly, I just share with everyone. Over CIMB, right, they have two types. Okay, if let's say your car loan, okay, is on a fixed rate, right, there won't be any interest charge during moratorium period. So you can see over here, moratorium period, right, no installment paid during that period, and there is no additional interest or profit are being charged during that. So what happened next is that after moratorium end, the borrower will continue servicing on their loan. Okay, at most is the loan, the tenure, right, it will get extended for 6 months. That's all. All right, and on another model, if let's say you are getting a variable rate for your car loan, okay, then in this case, there will be an interest charge during that. Okay, 6-month moratorium, if let's say you opt in, you don't have to make any payment, but bank will continue to make the interest charges to your loan. All right, so we have to be aware on this model. Now, let me share with you in terms of calculation. Okay, I do a scenario. I do up a scenario over here. This is referring to home loan. Okay, if let's say the scenario is like this. If let's say the outstanding balance as at 30th of March 2020 was about 500,000, and effective interest rate at that time is 4%. So I am doing a comparison, the one without compounding interest, and the other part is with compounding interest. So you can see over here how a lot of people are asking, how actually bank charge on the interest, okay, on the interest, money interest. So I actually show very detailed the formula over here, so that everyone can see the differences. For April month, okay, April month, the outstanding balance, they will use the outstanding balance as at the 30th of March, 500,000 times your interest rate, which was 4% at that time, and also the days, the number of days in that month. In April, there is the 30 days. And don't forget, last year, it was a leap year. So we divide that 30, divide by 366. So on that month of April, right, the interest earner for bank, it was 1,639.34. All right. So same calculation follows. Okay. Just that we have to be mindful. There are certain months with 31 days. So we will do that calculation over here. So as you can see that if let's say there is no without compounding interest, right? The outstanding balance, it is on the fixed, okay? It's on the fixed outstanding, the ending, because the ending balance, it will be always at 500,000. I do this comparison, like I make an assumption that interest rate doesn't change during this period. So if let's say interest change during that period, all right, which it was, okay, for last year, in fact, interest has already dropped 4 times last year. But for these illustrations, for everyone understanding, right, I just make it very simple, okay? I actually exclude that, okay? I exclude that interest rate. I assume that interest rate, there is no changes. Okay, if let's say there is changes, okay, say for example, May, interest changes, okay, interest drop by 0.25, then you have to times 3.75 instead of 4%. And then you have to check on which that it actually falls on, that the bank effect, take the effect. All right, so this is when we calculate for interest without compounding interest. On the other hand, if let's say the bank are charging compounding interest, what does this mean? It actually means, okay, you can see that April month, we will use 500,000 times 4%, same, it's the same formula over here, times the number of days. Okay, so this is the interest charged by the bank, 1,639.34. And ending balance over here, right, which means your 500,000 plus the interest that was earned on that month. Okay, so your new ending balance is this. Following month, May, it will be based on the ending month times the interest rate and also the number of days. Then you will get the interest charged by the bank. Okay, so if let's say we do a comparison for the total 6 months without and also with compounding interest, you will see that, okay, the differences is only about 83 ringgit and 70 cents. Not really a lot, right? Okay, not really a lot. A lot of people, they thought that, hey, not really a lot. Okay, so what actually bank waive, like for example, the current finance minister, they say that now they will waive all the compounding interest. So what he means is this: the compounding interest over here, right, it will be waived, but banks are still charging interest every day. Okay, don't forget that banks are charging interest every day. Okay, so I hope that and okay, before I forget, I have to mention this to this example, right? It is just for a general knowledge. Every bank, they have a different sets of calculation, and then the bank practices also different. Okay, yeah.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Jessica. Very, very good explanations. So of course, these all the banks is using different calculations. So if really, if you need a very good analysis, you need to look for Jessica lah. But never mind, don't worry. We will put out her contact shortly. Okay. Let's move to the next questions. After the 6 months moratorium end, why my loan tenure is extended more than 6 months? Can you explain on this? This is one of the questions that's from your post. So can you explain a bit
Yes.
on, after the 6 months moratorium end, why my loan tenure is extended more than 6 months?
All right, so this was actually one of our client, okay, one of our client, and his loan is actually with Maybank. Okay, so as you can see over here, this person, he has actually opt in for moratorium as well. Okay, he opt in for moratorium. You can see that on April up to September, right, he opt in for moratorium and he didn't make any payment during for that past 6 months. And you can, as you can see over here, interest is charged, okay, every single month interest was charged every single month. And you can see that there is a rebate of a waiver of the compounding interest. So they add it back, even though they charge, and then they put it back over here. So this is how a sample of Maybank, they do the detailed transaction over here. Okay, but then after that, you see, after the moratorium end, right, on October 1st, okay, on October 1st, his money payment, okay, his money payment has reduced slightly. It was because during then interest has already dropped. Okay, as you can see on March, okay, on March, he paid, the money payment was 1,930. Okay, 1,930. And on this October, the monthly payment has already reduced to 1,679 ringgit. Okay, 1,697. Okay, then after that, you see that interest continue to charge. Okay, as usual, interest continue to charge. And every month he paid the same amount, 1679 over here. Over here, because just too short of time, I haven't managed to do the calculation over here, because I was thinking to show everyone on the calculation made on the iMoney website, but since they have already taken down, okay, never mind. All right, so over here, right, just to explain to everybody that, okay, even though this client, right, over here, you can see that after he took the moratorium end, and then he paid, he continued to pay the money repayment on the new payment when the interest rate dropped, right? So he paid slightly lower. So end of the day, when we actually analyze on his loan, right, we notice that his loan tenure has been extended to 24 months. Okay, this loan, this particular loan, the tenure, right, instead, because a lot of people, they thought that, hey, I didn't pay for 6 months, so I would think that, okay, I would think that my loan, the tenure, right, it will be extended to another 6 months. But in actual fact, right, it is not extended to 6 months only. Because why? You have to understand that during that 6 months moratorium, right, first you have to look at the total principal, total interest that is being charged over here. If let's say I use an example, if let's say the interest that was charged was 1,000, okay, for easy calculation, interest was charged during then was 1,000. So 6 months you did not make any, you opt in for moratorium, you did not make any payment, right? So means that accumulate of the interest, right? Example, 6,000 is 6,000, right? So 6,000, you bank actually give you an options whether this 6,000, if let's say you pay this 6,000 and end of the moratorium, right, your tenure will also get extended slightly. Because why? Your principal payment, you did not make any payment on that 6 months, unless you choose, okay, your tenure. Say for example, your tenure is 300 months. Okay, if 300 months, and when you opt in for moratorium, right, 6 months, you add 300 months plus another 6 months, that become 306 months. And then after that, bank will recalculate again on your new monthly payment. So by then, if let's say you want to maintain the same numbers of tenure in your loan, right, so your monthly payment, it will be increased. Okay, it has to be increased in order to maintain on your tenure. But for this particular case, which I have seen many people because when they pass to me the statement, right, I studied through, most of the people, they actually fall into this category. When moratorium ends, they did not make any increment on their monthly payment. Okay, in fact, it's much slightly lower on the monthly repayment due to interest has already dropped. You will see that the tenure will be definitely extended more than 6 months. Okay, and if you calculate your interest charges, right, because all this accrued interest, it will be charged back to your principal. It will be added back to your principal balance. So from that principal balance, if let's say you opt to reduce on your money repayment, your tenure will be definitely extended. Okay, so it depends of how long is your tenure being extended. We have to make that calculation to see. All right, so I hope that this actually explained to you clearly how when you have the option, okay, when you have the option after the moratorium end, right, how actually it affects on your loan. All right, so if you choose to maintain the loan tenure, bear in mind you have to increase on your money repayment. Otherwise, you will see that you are fall into the category 2, which is the scenario 2 which I just now that I mentioned. Your tenure will be extended if you choose to maintain on the same money repayment or on a slightly lower money repayment. Your tenure will be definitely extended. Okay, so in this case, the sample that I show you, Maybank one, this particular case, his tenure extended for 2 years. Okay, 24 months. Now I show you another sample. Okay, this client, he actually opt for this client, the loan is with Hong Leong Bank. It's an Islamic loan, semi-flexi loan. Okay, semi-flexi loan, Islamic with Islamic loan. It's an Islamic loan. Okay, with Hong Leong Bank, and you can see how actually earlier on I did mention every bank has a very different different calculation methods, and then the different bank they practice a different methodology also. Okay, the bank have a different practices. Okay, different bank they have a different practices. So in this case, you can see for Hong Leong Bank, right, you would see that okay, every month he was paying 2,000. Okay, beginning January, you can see that January he was paying 23 at 1.16. That was his monthly repayment. 23 at 1.16. February also same amount, 23 at 1.16. March also the same amount, 23 at 1.16. Comes April up to September, there is no transaction over here. This is because he opt in for moratorium. So when he opt in for moratorium, he did not make any payment. So even though he did not make any payment, bank continue to charge on daily interest. Okay, so you can see over here. All right, so even for this particular case, right, you can see that some of the bank they will actually put a lump sum. Okay, they will actually accumulate 6 months of your total interest, right? They will put a lump sum and put it back to your they will charge it on 30th of September, and it will show up on this statement. However, there are certain banks which they have not charged on the 6-month accrued interest. So in this case, in this particular case, right, you can see very clearly the 6-month accrued interest bank has yet charged into this account. All right, and then you can see here on October 1st, when he resumed back his payment, earlier month, on March, right, he was paying 23 at 1.16. But on October, the payment has reduced to 2,007 and 16. Okay, again, why the money repayment get reduced? This is due to the interest charges. This is due to the bank interest has dropped. Okay, by then, and then bank has adjusted the money payment accordingly. Okay, this mostly happen when people have this standing instruction linked to their link account. Okay, and then you see that the bank will make the auto deduction every month. So for October month onwards, he was paying 2,007 and 16. Okay, 2,007 and 16 for October. But comes November, right, the payment increased. Okay, the payment increased to 2,331. Okay, payment increased to 2,331. So at that time, I did actually ask this person. I asked him, hey, how come your payment has increased from 2,007 to 2,331 again? So he was mentioning to me, like, he said that okay, he said that he want to pay slightly higher. okay, in order for him to, to save more interest. So he actually put a request to bank that he would like to pay slightly higher. So he, on November onwards, right, his monthly payment changed to 2331. So December also same thing, 2331. Okay, over here, I want you to pay attention at this, okay? You see, even though on October when he resumed back the payment, right, 2007.16, he actually credit, okay, he credit into his loan account. Bank has actually debit it out, okay? You see, there is a profit. Profit means that bank charge on the interest, right? They charge on the full amount of this 2007.16. All right, and comes to November when he credit in 2331, bank also deduct, okay, they also debit out 2331. Means that money, whatever 100% money that you put inside there, 100% bank use that money to, they deduct, they debit out. Why? You remember the earlier on the model that I showed to you, how bank charge on the 6-month moratorium. When you resume back on your payment, right, the bank will use that payment to pay for the 6-month accrued interest. Okay, so that's why you can see that, hey, how come whatever money you put over there, 100% bank will actually deduct it out, So unlike Maybank, right, just now earlier on when I showed to you the Maybank case, right, the calculation is slightly different, and then Hong Leong Bank, they use a slightly different model over here. But end of the day, over here, right, when we analyze on this loan, this particular loan, his tenure has actually been extended to 26 months. Okay, sorry, not 26 months, to 20 months. Okay, to 20 months. This person, his loan extended to 20 months. So on average, if you ask me, right, okay, because every day I receive so many loans, and then we do analyze on each and every cases. So I can make a conclusion over here. If let's say you earlier on when you opt in for 6-month moratorium, and you did not pay extra on your money repayment, which means you resume back your payment, and then you maintain on the same money repayment. Okay, your tenure is it has already been extended. Okay, for how long? It will be roughly on average. I would say in general, average about 18 months to 24 months, around there. Okay, around there. If you opt in for moratorium during that 6 months last year. Okay, this is from the conclusion that I can make after I have received so many cases, loan cases. Okay, now comes to the example whereby a lot of people also start questioning. They say that the sample that I post on my Facebook, right, Mr. X case, is it really true? Okay, now let me show you whether it is really true or not. Okay, I will show you. Okay, so this is Mr. X case. All right, he signed the offer with RHB. So his loan is actually an Islamic loan, a full flexi Islamic loan with RHB. So the loan amount is this 429,080 ringgit. Okay, and when I checked with this Mr. X, right, he actually started his first installment, right, back in on the November 5th, 2019. So his loan considered quite new. Okay, his loan, okay, he start paying his loan right on November 5th, 2019, and then he after that he make the payment because his money payment right is 2028. Okay, every month he pay 2028. Starting from November onwards, 2028 up to March. Okay, up to March. His payment, okay, his payment is 2028. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, up to February. On March, the payment has on March, right, you can see on 5th of March, because earlier on, remember when bank actually reduced on the interest rate, this was actually because due to the interest rate has dropped by 0.25%. So on March, it actually reflects on a lower monthly repayment. Okay, so now his monthly repayment become 1924. from 2028 become 1924 at that time, when interest reduced by 0.25%. Okay, then subsequently on 1st April onwards, he opt in. Okay, he opt in for moratorium for 6 months. So you can see 6-month moratorium. This is how RHB charge on the interest. So like I say, every day bank will still continue to charge on the interest, and because this loan is a full flexi loan, so there is a maintenance fee that is required. So bank continue to charge in 10 ringgit also. It's not moratorium for your maintenance fee, bear in mind. Bank still continue to charge you. Okay, even though you stop payment, bank continue to charge you 10 ringgit for your maintenance fee. So you can see that there is a 10 ringgit every month. Okay, during for that. Then what happened is that when moratorium end, right, by September, okay, means that on October month, the payment resume back. So when payment resume back, you can see that during then, again, interest has already dropped during then. Okay, after the first interest drop the first time, right, here when it reached to October, interest dropped by another 3 times. Okay, so total 0.75% interest drop. So that's why the monthly repayment gets adjusted. Okay, it reduced, okay, adjusted due to interest rate drop at that time. So that become 1,733 ringgit. Okay, this is all he made the payment, okay, because this loan is with standing instruction. So bank will auto deduct on the payment. Now, why now after the October month, right, bank call him. Okay, October month, bank call him. He called Mr. X. Bank is actually offering. He asked Mr. X, "Oh, Mr. X, I noticed that in the past 6 months you actually opt in for moratorium. Do you need to extend on your moratorium period or not? We can actually extend another 3 months if let's say you need it, provided your income are affected." So happened Mr. X, okay, his salary, right, he get a reduction on his salary, and then he is eligible to opt for this extension of 3 months moratorium, in which he actually took up the offer. Okay, so over here you can see October, okay, because October he already made payment, so the 3 months will start from November, December, January. He took up the extension of moratorium. So 3 months again. After 6 months, earlier on 6 months he didn't pay, right? He took up the extension of moratorium. Another 3 months he did not make any payment. Then after that, when the payment resumed back on February, right, the bank actually because when he took up the 3 months extended moratorium, bank also offer him, if let's say your since the salary affected, okay, the income affected, right, he can actually bank is actually offering him another option, which is to reduce on the monthly repayment. Okay, so when I check with him, okay, how much monthly repayment that you have reduced after January, means that February onwards, right, he pay on the monthly repayment, which is at a slightly reduced payment. So Mr. X was mentioning to me, his payment only get to reduce by 60 ringgit only. Okay, only reduced by 60 ringgit, which means this 1,733 minus 60 ringgit. Okay, so every month he pay a lesser of 60 ringgit. Now, what happened next is this. Okay, you can see here, when I asked him to get me the print screen, okay, on 1st May 2021, okay, on RHB online, right, we can see that, okay, original terms, it was 420 months. And on May 1st, okay, on May 1st, the remaining installment to be paid, you can see here, by months, has already become 539 months. So which means the loan tenure now get to extended for another 9 years. So here, why I want to share the story over here is to actually to educate people, okay? Because when I speak to this Mr. X, right, do you actually need this financial assistance or not? If let's say earlier on, if let's say your financial is on stake, okay, you have financial difficulties, then it makes sense for you to opt in for moratorium and then to get to opt in for this 3 months extensions of moratorium and also to request to reduce on your money repayment. Otherwise, I would suggest to people that don't take moratorium if let's say you are still able to continue to make the payment, because the impact is very, very painful. Okay, you can see that the effect is very, very painful. Now let me show you. I stop sharing this one. Okay, now let me show you. You can see here, right?
Not yet.
Yeah, you're still with me, huh? All right.
Yes.
Okay, now let me show you on the RHB website, then you can see clearly.
Okay, share. But I think you're sharing the. You need to click to your RHB website.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can see it. Okay,
everyone. So here I am sharing with you on the RHB website. Okay, the RHB website. I couldn't find what's the offer that he actually signed up with the RHB earlier, but I think this is quite similar, okay, to what he has signed up. Because after that, RHB continue to give extended the assistance to the needed people, okay, to the needy people. So you can see here the RHB, this is RHB website, okay, on the payment deferment, okay, payment deferment. Let us check on this under the mortgage, right? You can see that, okay, under mortgage. If let's say you see this table RHB on RHB website, it shows that if let's say you choose to defer, okay, to defer your payment or to took up the 3 months extension of your moratorium, means after the 6 month that one is automatic 6 month moratorium for everyone, right? Then after that, he chose this option that is to extend another 3 months, of moratorium. What actually happens? What are the impacts to his loan? So this showing you the impact. Like for example, you see money installment over here for this example is 1,710. And if let's say the person, okay, the person choose 3 months of extended moratorium, so bank will continue to charge on the interest of a total amount 4,584 ringgit. Okay, so this is taking an assumption whereby the principal outstanding balance is 300,000, okay, before the repayment deferment program, and the effective interest rate was 3.3% for a tenure of 25 years with remaining tenure of 20 years. Okay, so this is the sample shown over here. So you see, earlier on for Mr. X case, when he auto opt-in for 6 month moratorium, loan tenure extended to 2 years. Then after that, you see, he took up another 3 months of extension. Okay, another few more months. Okay, that his loan get extended. And over here, I tell you, there is another scenario. These are the scenario that he took up. Okay, for Mr. X case, he actually took up this one. This is the case. You can see here. Okay, mortgage. Under mortgage, like I mentioned, right, Mr. X, he took up extension of moratorium and also to slightly reduce on his monthly installment. So you can see that, okay, the impact is very great over here. Okay, in this particular sample that RHB show, this is for example, if let's say the principal outstanding is 300,000, effective interest rate is 3.3% for a tenure of 25 years with a tenure remaining of 10 years only. This is remaining tenure of 10 years. Okay, you can see here what is the impact. If let's say he choose to reduce on the money repayment from original 2009 to 2001, so which means the tenure will be extended by 60 months over here. Okay, so this will be total increase on the interest. Okay, 28,000. Okay, not only increase on your on your interest, your tenure also get extended. So like same thing happened to Mr. X case. Why his loan tenure being extended to another 9 years? This is because he has chosen this option without really or fully understand what is the consequences when he choose this option. All right, that's why my message is to everyone over here is that if let's say you are not in the financial difficulties whereby you can still continue to service on your loan, right? Don't ever take the extension of your moratorium or to reduce on your money repayment, because it will impact very great, okay, on your loan. You will have to pay a lot of interest, and also your tenure will be extended for a much longer period. Okay, so I hope this is example of 10 years only. You see the remaining tenure of 10 years. For Mr. X case, his loan is new loan, 35 years. So that's, you can imagine how much interest that bank will charge him and how long the tenure, okay, is extended. Okay, all right. Now I will stop sharing on this part.
Thank you very much,
I hope
Jessica.
that I have given everyone a clear message and also understanding, okay, the impact of the moratorium to everyone. Okay, back to you, John.
Okay, so maybe let me make a bit of summary. Should I say that if you extended your 6-month moratorium, eventually it will prolong if you did not add up any additional payment in the coming future? And also, if you are in financial okay, then try not to opt for moratorium because it will bring more negative than the positive. And unless you are facing the financial difficulties or you are affected by the COVID, then you can opt to take the moratorium to reduce the risk. Can I put it that way?
Yes, you summed it very well,
okay.
John.
So what do you think if, let's say, on the current bank interest or the mortgage interest rate?
Current mortgage interest rate, it is actually very low, very, very low. So if let's say you see it's at historically low.
Mm-hmm. For the bank interest rate is actually one of the lowest in the market now. So for those who actually are looking for their home or for their for investment and you are okay and not affected, actually you can look for us from MPIG Home. Okay, maybe let me share a bit about what we do here. Okay, don't mind, I just share about 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. My name is Jonathan here. And actually, I'm the founder for MPIG Home. So what the MPIG means, that is actually Malaysia Property Investment Group. So I've been in this industry for more than 10 years. Okay, we have in the real estate industry and helped more than 300 buyers or investors in the past. Okay, so for those who actually looking for investment or own stay, actually they are looking at us and looking for consultations, because this is what we provide. Okay, so let me go for the next slide. Okay, so this is my official website from mpighome.com. So later I will share you a link just in case if you need assist from me or Jessica on there's a few options. Later I will explain in further, right? So what the service that we provide is actually from my side is actually we have rental and sales service for your property. So for this actually we're doing in the Klang Valley, okay? And a professional property consultant according to your needs. So what this mean is actually we will provide the rightful information about what do you need according to your needs. So example, if you need a 3 rooms project, a new launching, or maybe those who near completion, we will fit it accordingly to what you need. And of course, at the same time, we will give you the very professional advice on what to choose and what not to choose. Okay, so we are not biased. We will choose give out all the selections because we actually handle more than 100 overs projects in the Klang Valley, and in fact, we have a team who cover for the whole Malaysia. Okay, except Terengganu for now. Okay, other than that, we actually have a team on that. So those who actually interested on looking for our service, you can later, I will share you a link where you can register. Okay, so we also give a free loan capability checking on consult and also consultation on that. Okay, so let me see the last one. Okay, a great. Also, we are looking for people who are looking for a great career in this our great platform. Okay, so which is in the real estate industry. So what this means is actually we are looking for a real estate agent as well. So from all over Malaysia, okay, because we have branches all over Malaysia except for Terengganu at the moment, but we are looking to expand to that area by next year. So in fact, we also have a lot of project which is around Malaysia and also overseas. So if you're looking for overseas property as well, you can look for us. Okay, so this is the service that we provide. Okay, we have, like I mentioned just now, we have more than 100 overs project in within the Klang Valley. Okay, we have coverage all over Malaysia. So if let's say specific, you can give us very specific preference if you want. Okay, example, of course, must be practical. If you know the market now, so you can't looking at I want low density, freehold, TOD, everything below at 300,000. That will be, I mean, it's not so practical and at the same time. Okay, so what you can give a few choices. So if you know the market well, you can give a few choices. Then we will try to accommodate to what your preference is. So example, like such as a low density, freehold, your about convenience, whether you want a TOD. TOD means that there's whether there are LRT, MRT nearby. Okay, so and also whether is it below market price for investment, or you're looking at the 300,000 range property for your own stay. So all this when you list down to us in our link later I will share to you, so we can follow up with you and propose to you a very good projects on that. Okay, so I'm Jonathan. Okay, this is my contact number and my email and my Facebook page, and this Jessica's contact, okay, and her email and her Facebook page. So you just need to type MPIG Home in Facebook or mortgage management, then you're able to find our page. Okay, and please follow and like our page, so we'll keep on updates for more useful information as well. Okay, so let me share you this website link. Okay, for the, let me share. Okay, so it's right over here. Okay, so this is the link. I will share it in the comment. You can check it over the Facebook, the comment area. Okay, so this is the page where you can get register your interest. Okay, so what is inside this screen? Okay, let me share it to you now. Okay, so you can see, right? So it's whether you I'm interested in getting the professional advice. So actually they have three choices here: mortgage loan analysis. Okay, this is an analysis from Jessica. We were looking at your existing loan, and also we will provide home loan eligibility and affordability checking, and also property project proposal. So in the column here, the comment here, you can write in what you're looking at. If let's say you are looking for property project proposal. Okay. So
John,
then after that, yes.
can I add on? Okay,
Yeah.
just to let everyone know, this is the form. If let's say you want us to help you to analyze on your current mortgage loan analysis, right? You just tick on the column over here. So after that, we will actually after that I will follow up with you. Okay, then you can and also to assist you to get a mortgage loan analysis report for free. Okay, you can claim that report for free. So in this particular report, right, you will get to know how long, if let's say your tenure, your mortgage loan tenure is being extended, right, you will know exactly how long it is, because If let's say your loan is with public bank, is with Maybank, is with Hong Leong Bank, on the bank website, okay, on your online banking, right, all this information, it is not show up, okay? Unless your loan is with RHB or M-Bank, then you will see that how much remaining tenure that is balanced. Then you will see from the online banking. Otherwise, if let's say you are from other banks, you are unable to get this information. So how you want to see this information, you can actually tick on this, John actually shared the link, right? You just tick on that form, okay? Then after that, I will follow up with you, okay? To gather your information, and then we will give you a free report on your loan. Okay, thanks. Pass to you,
Okay.
John.
Very good. So we have all the free reports here. It's very good for everyone. So you can just go to register over there, and we'll follow up also with you. And also now I will share you another link, which is actually for future announcement on the on the new projects as well. So you can register here for the future announcement, new project announcement. Okay, I'll post it in the comment. Okay, so you all can see it over there. Okay, so today I think the sessions is about time, which is around 1 hour. I think it will be very useful for everyone to know that whether you should opt into the moratorium. And thanks, Jessica, for all your advice. Very, very good, and very surprisingly, by taking a 6 months, eventually it extend to 9 years, as you mentioned just now, right? One of the
9 years, that is,
example.
if let's say he choose to extend the moratorium and choose
Wow.
to pay lesser on the monthly repayment. So if let's say you just choose a normal 6-month moratorium, right, the extension of the moratorium, extension of your loan tenure, it will be around, on average, 18 to 24 months. Okay, 18 to 24 months, roughly that. Okay.
That's a very, very big amount.
Yes. That's why I always mention to people. I always I always talk to them. If let's say you are not facing any financial difficulties, which means you don't have any emergency fund, or you are out of job, then after that I will tell you, right, just grab this moratorium, because this is good for you. Don't think about the interest for now, okay? For sure you have to pay in future lah. But right now, what is more important is survival, okay? Make sure that you survive first, all right? You take the moratorium. If let's say you are facing financial difficulties, do take the moratorium. I repeat again, do take the moratorium if let's say you are in financial difficulties. But if let's say you are just like Mr. X, yes, he may get a pay cut, slightly pay cut, but he can still continue to make the money repayment. Then in this case, I will not suggest him to opt for moratorium. Okay, he should continue to make payment. All right, instead of opt in for moratorium. Okay, there is another group of people whereby, okay, if let's say their risk appetite is high, and then they know that they can make more money from these 6 months. Okay, make more money than from these 6 months, right? Which means, because if we are referring to mortgage loan, on average mortgage loan, right, the interest rate is only 3%. If you can make, you know that you are confident that during these 6 months you can make more than 3%, then you can choose, you can get that money, right? Go and do other investment. Okay, you want to buy property, okay, look for John. Okay, you want to buy property. So different people, okay, different group of people, your different financial situation, you choose the right, you choose your best choice. Okay, whether to opt in moratorium or not to opt in. Okay, you have to look into your financial situation.
Yeah, at least now we are more clear about it, because I think starting a lot of people not sure about this hidden, so-called hidden criteria.
Yeah.
So everyone go and take it, and eventually now we have a more kind of proof, at least to show you all. Actually, if you can, you don't have facing financial difficulties. In fact, best is not to take the moratorium. But if you need it, then of course, yes, survival first. Okay,
yes.
So I think this one will be a very good info for everyone, and I think that's all for today. And thank you very much for Jessica, and also thank you for everyone for attending these live sessions. Anything Jessica wanted to add on to them?
Thank you so much, John, for inviting me to speak.
No
And
problem.
thank you everyone for attending to our session over here. So if you have any questions, okay, you can
Just
feel free
type,
to contact us, okay?
Yeah.
Or if let's say you want us, you want our extra service to you, right? Like for example, to claim for the free report, just log into the form and then just tick over there. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. And
Thank
stay
you,
safe,
everyone.
everyone. Bye
Yes,
bye.
stay safe. Take
Bye.
care.